to let him fight again, and that's the decision that we made. We didn't know how serious the situation was.
There was an adverse finding in the Nevada test. The British Boxing Board of Control statement, which was just to say, at the moment, we do not prohibit this bout.
All right, so stop it with the bullshit that we still got on.
Another thing, you know why I'm backing around? Because a lot of boxers going at him. When we fought, we made it cool, not saying like.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. blasted his son after Teofimo Lopez Jr. pulled out of the Shakur fight. He said it wasn't just a missed bout, but a disgrace tied to failed drug tests. Sr. made it clear, boxing has no shortcuts, no excuses. Without discipline and accountability, there is no champion.
You never know, in this sport anything could happen, you know? So, every time you go in there, you putting your life at risk, So, like he said, he must have said that anything could have happened.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. is playing chess, putting the right pieces in place, and he made it clear how disciplined fighters like Shakur Stevenson operate. While Lopez Jr. stumbled and pulled out after failed drug tests, Shakur's consistency, preparation, and focus stood in sharp contrast. Sr.'s words embarrassed his son and reinforced a clear message. Boxing isn't about shortcuts or excuses. It's about strategy, hard work, and integrity. Qualities Shakur truly represents.
To play chess and trying to, put the right pawns on the right spots so he could get the best of what happened.
Eddie Hearn exposed the chaos behind Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s pullout, humiliating him for failing the Nevada test and throwing the fight into uncertainty. He revealed the bout isn't even sanctioned as lawyers scramble, calling out Jr.'s lack of professionalism. This withdrawal shatters his credibility, making him look weak, unreliable, and untrustworthy.
And he's actually saying is that we're not sanctioning this fight. There's ongoing conversations with the lawyers.
Johnny Nelson didn't hold back, questioning Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s shocking pullout and calling it anything but classy. He suggested there's more happening behind the scenes, but said the decision is impossible to defend. Lopez Jr. publicly embarrassed himself and damaged his reputation, while Shakur Stevenson continues to build his legacy with professionalism and discipline, standing in sharp contrast to the chaos Lopez created.
Really, really rattled him for him to think of and plan.
Devin Haney didn't sugarcoat it, calling out Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s reckless actions after performance-enhancing drugs were found in his system. He warned that Lopez Jr. risked not only his own career, but everyone in the ring, calling it pure irresponsibility. In contrast, Shakur Stevenson remains the professional standard, disciplined, prepared, and focused, highlighting just how chaotic and avoidable this situation truly was.
Is taking in performance enhancement drugs. It's just it's dangerous. It's dangerous for.
Jeff Mayweather slammed Teofimo Lopez Jr. for embarrassing boxing with his pullout and failed drug test, saying a fight this big demanded professionalism. What some thought was a bluff is now clear. Lopez Jr. humiliated himself with reckless, childish actions. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson stands disciplined and ready, exposing the difference between a true champion and a fighter making headlines for the wrong reasons.
A bad look for boxing. I mean, no matter who did it, but to be in a fight of this magnitude, and first, I thought he fooled everyone by just...
George Kambosos didn't mince words after Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s failed drug test, saying there's no confusion or mix-up. If rules were broken, it's not a mistake, it's a betrayal of boxing. His comments underlined the damage Lopez Jr. has done to his own credibility, while Shakur Stevenson stands as the disciplined, clean professional, the standard the sport demands.
It goes to VADA. It's going to VADA. It ain't going to get mixed up. So he's done this, and if he's cheated, he's a piece.
Gervonta Davis questioned the suspicious timing of Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s failed test, which came back just hours after the fight, sparking speculation about what really happened behind the scenes. His concerns highlight the chaos Lopez Jr. created, further humiliating him and hurting his career. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's reputation as a clean, disciplined professional grows stronger, making Lopez Jr.'s missteps even more obvious.
You see how as soon as why didn't it take 72 hours for the test to come back, right?
Came back after the fight, yeah.
Right. So why ain't
Eddie Hearn made it clear when a fighter tests positive for performance-enhancing drugs, boxing rules are unforgiving. While every fighter can defend themselves, in cases like Teofimo Lopez Sr., the presumption is guilty until proven innocent. Hearn's statement highlights the seriousness of the offense and how Lopez Jr. has jeopardized his career. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's disciplined, clean image shines even brighter, turning Lopez Jr.'s failed test into a public humiliation.
I believe everybody should have the right to protest their innocence. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's guilty until proven innocent. I've been there, right? But one thing we 100% know in this
Gareth A. Davies stressed how serious Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s failed drug test is. The banned substance in his system, listed by WADA since 2008, boosts lean muscle and gives an unfair advantage. Davies' assessment highlights the severity of Lopez Jr.'s violation, while Shakur Stevenson's reputation as a clean, disciplined athlete only grows stronger, standing in stark contrast to Lopez Jr.'s reckless actions.
You've got it in your system, it's in there. Ostarine has been banned on the World Anti-Doping Agency list, Andy, since 2008. It's a very serious drug. It creates lean muscle mass.
Jim Lampley backed the testing process, confirming it's scientifically rigorous and trustworthy. Both A and B samples for Teofimo Lopez Jr. came back positive, leaving no doubt he failed. Lampley's commentary highlights boxing's anti-doping integrity and shows just how badly Lopez Jr. has embarrassed himself. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's disciplined professionalism stands out even more in contrast.
My basic response is VADA doesn't lie. VADA's for real. VADA's a legitimate scientific research organization. They have done a great job of helping boxing to clean up performance-enhancing drug.
Stephen Espinosa highlighted the chaos around Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s shocking pullout and failed drug tests, noting the social media frenzy of disbelief, outrage, and speculation. Lopez Jr. has tarnished his reputation, fueling endless memes, criticism, and debate. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's professionalism, discipline, and consistency stand in stark contrast. In boxing, actions outside the ring carry as much weight as those inside, and Lopez Jr. is facing the full backlash of his choices.
Sort of like social media is going, absolutely crazy. And usually that does correlate to big pay-per-view, but not always, because there are a lot of times where people are just talking about craziness around them.
Johnny Nelson didn't hold back, questioning the logic and responsibility behind Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s choices. Taking performance-enhancing substances with a 2-week detection window is reckless and inexplicable. In a sport where preparation, discipline, and integrity matter, Lopez Jr.'s actions are negligent at best, reckless at worst. Nelson's commentary humiliates him while highlighting Shakur Stevenson's dedication and principled approach, a stark reminder that every decision shapes a fighter's legacy.
People think, now you won't know what stays for 2 weeks. I don't know, why would you take it knowing there's a possibility that it's going to be in your system? And why would you take it for our sport anyway?
Adam Smith reacted bluntly to Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s failed cocaine test, calling it shocking. Testing positive for a recreational drug before a major fight isn't just a personal failure, it's a public humiliation that damages his credibility and marketability. Fans and professionals question his judgment and dedication, especially compared to disciplined champions like Shakur Stevenson. Smith's commentary underscores that Lopez Jr.'s actions have serious consequences beyond the ring, shaking trust and fan confidence.
And he said to me yesterday at 60-40, so we don't know. I don't know if that is the case and he's failed a sample for cocaine. That's really surprising, massively surprising.
Duke McKenzie expressed the boxing world's shock as both A and B samples for Teofimo Lopez Jr. tested positive. This isn't a minor mistake, it's a serious anti-doping violation. The professional community sees it as a major embarrassment, highlighting the contrast with Shakur Stevenson, whose career is built on discipline and consistency. Mackenzie's insight shows Lopez Jr. has publicly humiliated himself, with repercussions that will echo throughout the sport.
This is the point. How can he give a sample and then a B sample, and they both come back positive for a banned substance? It doesn't make any sense.
Spencer Oliver slammed Teofimo Lopez Jr., calling the presence of cocaine in his system absurd. He stressed the stakes, fight, opponent, opportunity, against the recklessness of Lopez Jr.'s actions. Oliver's take is scathing. Lopez Jr. owes the sport, fans, and himself an explanation. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson remains untouchable, a model of discipline and professionalism. There's no excuse. Lopez Jr. has failed himself and the sport, and the humiliation is total.
Blown away by what it is, you know, recreational drugs, cocaine, you just go, how has that got in your system? He's got some explaining to do for one, and you think with what you had on the line, and with what you was, you know, what was coming up for you, and the opponent you had in front of you, you just go like, cocaine in your system, it's just,
The fallout from Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s pullout and failed drug tests has rocked the boxing world. Facing public humiliation, criticism from legends, and professional disgrace, Lopez Jr. now stands at a career crossroads. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's reputation as a disciplined, clean, and dominant fighter keeps growing, highlighting the stark contrast with Lopez Jr.'s chaos. Fans are left debating, can Lopez Jr. redeem himself, or does Shakur's legacy only get stronger? Comment your thoughts below.